The sun, a molten coin in the June sky, dripped its golden light onto the emerald canopy of the whispering woods. Souken, farmer of turnips and worrier of weevils, squinted, his brow furrowed deeper than the furrows in his field. He was looking for Shruggy, the bard, who'd promised to play at the harvest festival. Shruggy, however, was notoriously difficult to find, especially when the sun was at its zenith. Lee knew where to look, though. Not on the ground, like any sensible person, but amongst the branches, high above. For the arboreals, as they were known, didn't live on solid earth. They lived closer to the sun, nestled within the interwoven embrace of ancient trees. Lee approached the oldest oak, its trunk thicker than his entire house. He craned his neck, shielding his eyes. Woven into the branches, like a giant bird's nest, was a platform of polished wood and intricately woven vines. Smoke curled lazily from a tiny hearth, and the faint strumming of a lute drifted down. Shruggy! Lee bellowed, his voice echoing through the sun-dappled woods. Shruggy, are you up there? The music stopped. A head, wreathed in unruly ginger hair and adorned with a single, ridiculously oversized sunflower, popped over the edge of the platform. Lee! What a surprise! Come on up, friend. Just follow the rope ladder. Lee sighed. He wasn't fond of heights. He preferred the solid feel of soil beneath his feet. But the music of Shruggy was necessary for the harvest festival, a ritual as vital as the sun itself for a good yield. Grumbling, he adjusted his belt and started to climb. The rope ladder swayed precariously with each step. Looking down, Lee felt a knot of anxiety tighten in his stomach. He focused on the rough fibers beneath his hands, pulling himself upward. Finally, he reached the platform, collapsing onto the smooth wood with a grateful sigh. Shruggy, a lean figure with arms tanned the color of old leather, grinned. Welcome to my sun-drenched sanctuary. Friend Lee. Care for some sun-dried berries and honey-sweetened dew? Lee waved the offer away. I need you, Shruggy. The harvest festival is tomorrow. Are you ready? Shruggy chuckled, his eyes twinkling in the sunlight. Ready as I'll ever be. But tell me, Lee, do you ever wonder why we arboreals choose this life? Why we're willing to teeter on branches and brave the whims of the wind? Lee shrugged, brushing dust from his trousers. Always thought you were just a bit daft. You get more sun up here, true, but you miss out on a good night's sleep and a proper roof over your head. Shruggy's smile faded, replaced by a look of quiet reverence. It's more than just sunshine, Lee. It's about connection. Up here, closer to the sun, we feel its life-giving energy in a way you earthbound folk can't imagine. It's the source of our strength, our creativity, our very existence. The higher we climb, the more we feel its embrace. He plucked a chord on his lute, a melody that seemed to hum with the golden light of the sun. Our ancestors realized this long ago. They weren't just seeking warmth. They were seeking enlightenment, a deeper understanding of the force that nourishes all life. They built their homes closer to the source, turning the canopy into a sacred space. Lee looked around at the expertly crafted platform, the meticulously tended herb garden hanging from the branches, the wind chimes fashioned from sun-bleached bones that tinkled softly in the breeze. He'd always thought of the arboreals as eccentric, even a little foolish. But now, bathed in the warm glow of the afternoon sun, he saw something more. He saw a deep and abiding faith, a profound connection to the natural world, a reverence for the sun that resonated with the longing he sometimes felt in his own earthbound heart. I understand, Lee stammered, feeling a warmth spread through him that was more than just the sun on his skin. Maybe there's something to this sun-worshipping business after all. Shruggy beamed, the sunflower bobbing enthusiastically. Of course there is. Now, enough philosophy. Let's rehearse some tunes for the festival. And perhaps, Lee, you'll stay for supper? The sun-baked root vegetables are particularly delicious this time of year. Lee smiled. He might still prefer the solid ground beneath his feet, but for the first time, he felt a flicker of understanding for the arboreals, for their sun-drenched lives, and for the profound connection they found in the heart of the canopy. As Shruggy's lute filled the air with joyful music, Lee Souken, the farmer of turnips, felt a warmth spread through him, a warmth that originated not just from the sun above, but from a newly opened heart.